Science channel. This is our final revision class. All right. In this class, we'll be handling through the mathematics, preparing you well. Those things you are expected to know, we will give you the guide, the questions. What you have to do is that you have to cooperate. Bring your questions in the comment section. We are here to handle those questions that will give you trouble and to give you the easy way. Remember, this is Samaji's World Science channel. Because this channel is specialized in giving you the best, I have an expert today in the house that will be taking you through these questions. To maximize or to enjoy this live stream, just get used to the live chats and the live feed. Bring your questions. He will handle it very well. Give you the simple way. Mathematics that you fear, of course, is the simplest science, of course. You will enjoy the live stream, get your questions, and see how he's solving this automatically. Then I am pleading with you that you go to my new channel, Majestic Tutorials, my brand new channel. You subscribe to that channel, help me grow that channel. By next year, we'll be carrying out free classes and free online live stream over there. Here is Samaji's World Science channel. We now focus on experiment. Do you so good? So the young man that will be taking you all through today is a wonderful mathematician. I usher him in to continue with you guys. So,
yeah, good day, guys. Today we are going to do our final crossover in mathematics. So, and this is a 99% sure WAEC question. Believe me, you will not regret it. Then we have normally you already know that in theory we have a 5 compulsory question, which is a section A, and in the section A we are expecting 5 questions. Now the first question for tomorrow, we have simplify 1/2 of 1/4 divided by 1/3. All divided by 1/6 minus 3/4 plus 1/2. Now, this is the first question we're expecting tomorrow. Now, why solving this? Remember, we follow the rules of BODMAS. We start with all first. Now, since simplifying this, we have 1/2 of 1/3. Then in maths, we don't use division sign like this. You have to change it to multiplication. Changing to multiplication, automatically, the denominator will go to the numerator. Numerator comes down. We have 3/4. And the whole of this thing will be divided by 1 over, looking for the LCM. The LCM of 6, 4, and 2 will give us 12. 6 will disgrace 12 automatically. Will give you, you have 2. 2 times 1 will give you 2 minus 4 disgrace 12 will automatically give you 3. 3 times 3 will give you 9. 2 disgrace 12, you have 6. 6 times 1, you have plus 6. Then we move to this. Here we have 1. We're going to have 1 times 1 times 3 will give us 3. All divided by, we have 2 times 4, 8 times 4, we have 32. The whole of this divided by, here we are left with minus 7 and minus 1/12. Then we'll replace this multiplication. Here we have 3/32. Changing division sign to multiplication automatically will affect the fraction that follows. You have when we multiply, we have minus 12/1. Then 4 will disgrace this. You have 3. 4 here will give us 8. We are now left with minus 9/8. Of course, when we change to, you don't leave your answer like this. We'll convert it to mixed fraction. In mixed fraction, we have minus 1/8. That's for the first question. For the B part, we have given that square root of x is equal to 10 raised to power by 1.6741. Now you are expected to evaluate this without using calculator to find the value of x. So here, this is very simple. You just have to take the logarithm of both sides. Taking the logarithm of both sides, you have log root x, square root of x, base 10 will give us log 10, base 10, of course, raised to power by 1.6741. Now, of course, using our fractional index, you have log x will now be raised to power log s raised to power 1 over 2, stay in base 10, equals to, we have log 10 base 10 raised to power by 1.6741. Now, using our power law in logarithm, we have 1 over 2 multiply log x base 10 is equals to by 1.6741 log 10 base 10. Now, of course, logarithm of a number in its own base will give you 1. Then you have 1 over 2 log x base 10 is equals to, this will give us, we are left with by 1.6741. Now, we multiply both sides by 2 in order to eliminate this guy. Here, we're going to have log x base 10 is equals to by 1.6741 multiplied by 2. Then when we multiply this thing by 2, we have log x base 10 is equals to, this will give us, we are left with 2843 point by 1. Now, when we are looking for x, of course, we have to look for the anti-log of 0.3482. Now, when we are looking for anti-log, we avoid the characteristics. Characteristics will tell us how to leave our answer, in the way we are going to leave our answer. So we focus on 34 under 8, the difference of 2. Then when we look for anti-log, we're looking for anti-log. Now, x will now give us, we're going to have 2.229. Of course, remember, the characteristics will tell us how to present our answer. And this is already in standard form, times 10 raised to power the characteristics, which is minus 1. Now, presenting our answer where we have x will give us 0.2229. And that's all. That's for question number 1. We move to question number 2.
That's it.
That's for question number 2. And guys, we're still expecting more questions from this.
Yeah,
in every angle.
You type it. I can see you guys online. Thank you. Just hit the like button and share. It is your interaction that will make the class lively. If you have any problem, I think I will try to find a number you drop. Maybe send in your question. We can handle it also, maybe on WhatsApp, because some of you might not type some questions well. Okay? Or if you have any particular problem in mathematics, like maybe you are finding one particular topic difficult, you can make a choice. Remember, this is a revision class. So that's great. Continue. Thank you, Uncle.
Okay, now we are expected to make Q subject of formula here. Just imagine subject of formula as a young guy, try to remove your clothes. When you come back from a heavy something, removing your clothes, of course, you start from the shirt first. You don't move to the inner part. So here we are crossing, since we are targeting Q, we have to move this root first. Moving root to the other side, the root will automatically change to power. So here we're going to have t raised to power t square will now give us, we are now left with pq minus r square q, all divided by r. Making them to have one denominator, we'll find the LCM. The LCM of this will give us r. Then r divided itself will give us 1 times pq. We have pq minus 1 divide r, we have r times r square q. We're going to have r raised to power q, q.
Okay,
Then here,
you say differentiation. Maybe just calm down. We're still solving. Thank you for bringing it.
okay. Then we have t square is equals to, here we have pq minus rq q all over 3. Now we can do our cross multiply. So r will go and meet t square. Here we have rt square is equals to, yeah, when we factorize here, we're going to bring out q, and inside we have p minus rq. Now since q is our subject of formula, since we are trying to make q our subject of formula, now disgrace both sides, divide both sides by p minus rq. Yeah, we have dividing both sides by p minus rq. Now this will take care of this. We are now left with q is equals to rt square over p minus rq. That is for 2a. Then we move to 2b.
He is solving based on the format that WAEC brings their question. We have about 10 questions. He's following the format, and the first 5 questions are simple. We now move from the simple one to the complex one. So, but if you bring in any question in the middle, he might handle it. Okay, just hit that like button and share. Remember, we are here to help you write your exams by yourself. Just listen, you will learn a lot.
Okay. Now this is the B part. We have 9 brackets 1 minus x equals to 27x, and x minus y equals to minus 1 whole number 1 over 2. Now we are expected to find the value. We are looking for the value of x plus y. Now you are not only looking for x, but x plus y. So you have to be careful so that you will not end up living without even solving the main thing. So here, of course, you have 2 equations there. The first thing that will come to your mind is simultaneous equation. And simplifying this, we are going to, when we disgrace both sides by 9, for this, 9 will take care of this. We are left with 3 here. So we're going to have 1 minus x is equals to, this will give us 3y. Now, we can call this our, okay, making x subject of formula here, you're going to have x is equals to, minus x is equals to, this will cross over, have 3y minus 1. Now, multiplying both sides by minus, x will now give us, will be equal to 1 minus 3y. Of course, minus times positive 3y will now change it to minus. Y minus times minus 1 will automatically change it to plus. So here, this is our equation 1. We have 2 methods of solving simultaneous equation. We have elimination method and substitution method, but we're going to use substitution method. So to this is our value of x. We'll now substitute to the other equation. So here we're going to have 1 minus 3y minus y will give us, changing this to mix improper fraction, we have minus 3 over 2. Now, of course, you know that we're going to have 1 minus 4y is equals to minus 3 over 2. 1 crosses to the other side, we have 4y minus 4y is equals to minus 3 over 2 minus 1. Then, of course, we are going to have minus 4y will give us is equals to, here we have we're going to have finding the LCM. The LCM is 2. Here we have minus 3 minus 2, which will give us minus 4y is equals to, we have minus 5 over 2. So here we have minus 8y is equals to minus 5. Making y subject of formula, it disgrace both sides by minus 8, y will now give us 5 over 8. Then we'll now look for the value of x. Now, of course, we can use this equation, since we can substitute for y in this equation, looking for the value of x, which will give us Then the value of x, when you are looking for x will now give us equals to 1 minus 3. 1 minus 3, we have 5 over 8. Then we have x is equals to 1. Yeah, when we open the bracket, you're going to have minus 15 over 8. Then, of course, taking the LCM, we have 8. Yeah, we're going to have 8 minus 15. X will now give us, left with minus 7 over 8. Remember, what we are looking for is the value of x plus y. So, x plus y now. X plus y will give us minus 7 over 8 plus 5 over 8. Then this will now give us, we are now left with 2 minus 2 over 8. Then when you reduce to the lowest term, we're going to have minus 1 over 4. So that is for question number 2b. Move to question number 3. In question number 3, we have a sector of a circle with radius 21 cm has an area of 280 cm. We have a sector of a circle with radius 21 cm has an area of 280 cm square. Now we expected we expected to calculate and correct to one decimal place the perimeter of the sector. Now always obey instruction in mathematics. Remember, we are expected to correct to 1 decimal places, which means we must leave our answer in 1 decimal places. So we are looking for the perimeter of the sector. Now this is a circle. Now when you cut out, this is a circle. When you cut out this part, this is the center. When we cut off this part, we have a sector. Here we have, this is the small part is the minor sector, while this is the major sector. Now, since our main interest is in the minor sector, then we'll wipe this thing off.
Silas, you're welcome. Thank you too.
So we'll wipe this thing off. Remember, this is the radius of the circle. Remember, starting from the any line running from the center of the circle, touching any place in the circumference is the radius. So this is 21 cm. And of course, the area of this sector, the whole area is equals to 280 cm cube. Now from this you can notice that we have a distance between these two. The distance, we have a distance between these two radii here. Then and this distance is our theta. Then for area of this sector is equals to the theta in between, the distance between the two radii over 360 times pi r square. Now, of course, you know this is our radius and this is the area. The area is 280 is equals to theta over 360 times our pi is 22 over 7 times, we have 21 times 21, which means 21 square. Then you notice that 7 can take care of 121 here, and you are left with 3. Then the 3 also can take care of this. 3 into 3, we have 1. Into 6, we have 2. Into 0, we have 0, leaving us with 120. Of course, 3 can equally go here. You are left with 40. 3 here, we are left with 7. Now, here, when we multiply, we have that theta times 22 times 7 is equals to, here we're going to have in cross multiply, we're going to have 280 times 40. Then, since we are looking for theta, we disgrace both sides by 22 times 7. 22 times 7. So this will take care of this. We are left with theta. Theta will give us
We are back. Okay, you're welcome back, guys. We have been having some network issue, so we continue. Please, thank you guys for staying on. Keep hitting the like button. I know the network made some people leave. Thank you guys for liking. I really appreciate that. Bring in your questions. This is Her Majesty's World. So now endeavor to visit my new channel, the Majestic Tutorials, as this expert in mathematics. You tell them your name, you are doing well. Bring your questions, we'll handle it. But he's giving you the format on how WAEC sets their question. 5 simple ones to the other ones. Well, so continue, please, sir.
okay. Welcome back. And I've been seeing a lot of questions lately, and that was a wonderful question. We have differentiation and integration, but anyway, we are still coming to come to that. Majority don't focus more on differentiation, because let me tell you, to be honest, you only have, you won't even, okay, in differentiation, trust me, you can't see more than one question, and the only place you can even see the question there tomorrow is on in objective questions. So these are rare questions, or questions you can never see in theory. Remember, in objective question, you are expected to answer 50 questions, which carries 50 marks. While in theory questions, the first section A questions there will give you your first 40 marks, while the rest carries 60 marks, which is telling you that each question in section A carries 8 marks. Then in section B, the remaining question, each question in section B carries 8 marks, and you're expected to answer 5. Then total in all, remember, you are starting with theory question tomorrow. Then you can continue from where we stop. We have then you have our theta. Remember, we are looking for the perimeter of this sector. And remember, it is very dangerous to use approximation like this. So I will even prefer that you take this like this, you lift it up like that as your theta while solving further. Then for formula for perimeter of a sector, just like the formula of finding the circumference of a circle, which is 2 pi r. But we're going to do small thing here. We have a fraction of the power. Remember, this is not a complete circle. In complete circle, angle at a point, you have 360. Since we have a fraction here, and this is our theta, so we're going to have this over 360. So we add 360. We're going to have theta over 360 to this, over 360 to this. And when we add, since we are looking for the perimeter, we add the two radii that we have there, which is 2r. Then lifting our theta like this, in order to avoid approximation, we're going to have this our theta already. So we have 280 times.
We're back. Sorry for the whole network issues. For those that are still online, thank you. We are continuing. I think you conclude this immediately and go to the questions we are expecting, the construction questions. Please, sorry for the whole problem. We are fully back.
Let's quickly round up with this. We have
Please like and share.
so here we have times our radius is still our radius is still 21. We have 21 plus we still have which is 21 times 2 will give us 42. Then here we have, remember, we are avoiding excess approximation will make you to have a higher value or even lesser. So here now, we can decide to reduce. Okay, then we move to, this can take care of this. We have 7 here. 7 will take care of this. We have 40. Then we equally can use 2 to take care of this. And we have, as we have 2 here, which will give us 20. Then we have 4 here, which will give us 1. 4 here will give us 9. Now, you notice that we're going to have 20 times 2 times 22, all divided by 11 times 9 will give us 99. Then we have, okay, we still have 20. We have times 21 over there plus 42. Then this will not give us, of course, you know that we can use, we can use 3 here. 3 can reduce this to 33. 3 here will give us 7. Then which, so we can easily quickly move this in, press this in a calculator without wasting too much time. Remember, tomorrow if you are solving, there's no need reducing like this. Remember, there's no need reducing like this. Just as you, the only thing you need is to express the solvings, the simplification for them. Then you quickly use your calculator and simplify. It is more easier. I'm just trying to let you know what you should, in case you have your village people decided to follow you tomorrow. You understand? Then your calculator started malfunctioning. You can still solve math without calculator. Do you understand? But because of time, then we have simplifying using our calculator. We're going to have 20 times 2, which is 2 times 22 will give us 44 times 7.
Okay, a few of you that are still online, you can say hi if you can get us. Let's know if the audio is okay, if you can hear.
So have divided by 33. Then the whole of this thing will now add it to 42. Then we notice that once we do this thing, we notice that our perimeter, the perimeter will now give us 4,480 centimeter. Remember, don't joke with your unit. Don't joke with your unit. This is perimeter. Then we'll move to construction.
Check if you can hear. Just log into that and check if the audio is still transmitting. Let's confirm.
Okay. And
it's working.
Okay.
Okay, continue. Continue.
So we're moving to the section B part. We're now moving to the section B part. Remember, in section B, you're expected to answer 5 questions where we're expecting construction question, latitude and longitude question tomorrow. So here they expected the construction question we're expected to see. We're expected to see construction of rhombus. Remember, when you are constructing, the ability to know the shape you are constructing matters a lot when during construction. And tomorrow, we'll be expecting either a rhombus or a trapezium will surface tomorrow. Remember, you will come for a testimony, but we are expecting trapezium. So in trapezium now, we have when we have to construct a rhombus with size 7 cm. Remember, in a rhombus, all the 4 sides are equal. Then with size 7, from the question we have here, we have using a ruler and a pair of compasses only, construct rhombus P. This is the shape of a rhombus. Rhombus P Q R X. Now continue from the question of a size 7 cm. Remember, in rhombus, all the sides are equal. All the sides are equal. With size 7 cm, you expected the whole size will be 7 cm. Then we have 60 degrees. They say angle P Q R will be 60. So which means this is Q. Remember, when you are looking for an angle, you maintain focus on the middleman. This is the middle guy there, trying to tell you are looking for the distance between these two lines, line P and line R. So here in this case now, constructing 60 here, believe me, it will be more difficult for you. Constructing 60 here, it will be more difficult. Okay, this will be more difficult for you. Then we have to adjust. Yeah.
Okay. She fix it, marker. See what you going to do.
Okay, let me use another marker then. Okay, let's continue. Here we have so we have to readjust the letters here in order to suit what we are expecting. So here now, when we readjust, making Q to be on this side, of course, we're going to have, changing this, we're going to have P here, and here will be our Q, R, and X. Now, you can see that it is easier to construct 60 degrees here than constructing it on the other edge. So here, during construction, in construction, when we are trying to construct this, remember, we are constructing. You are not expected to draw. You are constructing. So when you are constructing, the first thing, you have to draw a line. You have to draw a line. Now, when you draw a line, your main target, you must draw a line that must exceed 7 cm. Then you use your ruler, measure out 7 cm. With your pin on one particular point here, which is your point Q, you make an arc here. Remember, this is an evidence of construction. Then remember from our rough sketching, in every construction, there's what we call rough sketching. The rough sketching will guide in whatever thing you are doing. Then here, you map out your P. Remember, once you map out, you write the letters there, so you will not get confused. Here, you still put it in P and make your pin at P, you make an arc. Then here is our Q. Remember, this is 7 cm. Now, at this point now, we are expected to construct 6 cm, 60 degrees at point Q. Converting 60 degrees, remember your pin at Q. Remember, you are constructing 60 at Q. Your pin at Q, you make an arc. Using the same size without adjusting your compass, you put the pin here and still make an arc here, make a cut here. Then, picking it from the point of intersection here, joining them together, draw a line. Draw a line. Make sure that extend the line. So when you measure your 7 cm, you can easily cut out from here. Then you still use your ruler, measure out 7 cm, cut out your 7 cm here. Remember, one of the properties of rhombus is the whole size will be equal, just like square. So here now we have cut out here, and this is our point R. Now we can apply, we have two methods of constructing rhombus. Remember, since this is 60 cm, the opposite interior angles, the sum, they are supplementary to each other. So what I simply mean is that when you add these two angles together, they're going to give you 180. So which means that here will give us 120. So you can decide to construct a 120 degrees here, then you take it up, or you can decide applying theory of intercept theory. Remember here, if here is 60 degrees, here will be corresponding to this. Corresponding angles are equal. Here will equally be 60. So before you draw a line here, you can still construct a 60 degrees that will start from this point to this point. Then putting your P in R, you make an arc this way. Remember, don't adjust. You put your P in here and cut it off here. Then taking from point of intersection, you draw your line. You draw your line. And this is 60 as well. This is 60, obeying our intercept theory. So here you have coming to this, or if you don't want to go this way, you can decide to construct angle 180 120 from here. Remember, when you add the two of them, they are supplementary to each other. So which means their sum will give you 180. You can decide to construct one from here. You put your pin. You can decide to construct one angle 120. So constructing angle 120 is still the same method. When you use this with the same adjustment, you put your pin here, you cut this off. Then if we construct 120 degrees from here, we're going to have this, something like this. We're going to have something like this. So, but if you're using this method, there's no need constructing this, taking it from here again. But if you are using this, there is no need constructing 60 degrees here again. Then let's make use of one. We're making use of this. You have constructed 60 degrees here, taking this straight. Then you see in your ruler, you measure out 7 centimeters. Then 7 centimeters, remember, from R to X will give us 7 centimeters. So you put your pin here and cut this off. Here will be 7 centimeters, and this place is X. Now you can now join the two together. This is our rhombus. Here you have 7 cm, 7 cm, and 7 cm.
Let's summarize it again.
Okay, now let's take it one more time. When we are constructing a rhombus, remember we have two methods here, which I'll be demonstrating. I'll try to manage the board well this time. We have two methods here when we are constructing a rhombus. On this side, we're going to construct rhombus, putting the angles, the two angles, making use of the sum of the interior angles, which will sum to 180. So here, in this point now, remember, this is our Q and this is our P. At Q, we're expected to construct 60 degrees here, right? Which is from the question. So here, when you put your pin at Q, you make an arc. Just use a workable size. There's nothing to measure. Just use a workable size. And remember, once you make the arc, don't readjust again. Use that same size. You then put it here, intersect to this line. This is your 60 degrees. Taking it from here, passing through the point of intersection will give you your 60 degrees. Now, at this point now, if I'm applying my supplementary angles here, I'm going to construct 120, such as when I add it to 60, I'm going to have 180. So if I'm constructing 180 here, remember, of course, all the time you always extend your line. Don't always stop at Q or point P. Always extend your line for any further construction. So here I'm going to construct 180 from here, putting my point at P. Then I'm going to make a small semicircle. Remember, using that same size without readjusting. Then before you start constructing, make sure that your compass are well firm. They should not be too flexible, so that when you measure and to avoid taking wrong measurements. So here you still put this with the same measurement, you cut this. So this is our one from here to here is our 120. When you add it to this, you have 180. You can see that they are supplementary. So when you take it like this at the point of intercept, remember here now, see what you're going to do. Remember, this is 7 cm. We're able to cut out 7 cm here. So you still measure 7 cm, putting it at point Q, you cut this out. You still put at point P, you cut this out. Then you join together. So this will give us, here we have 7 cm, 7 cm, and 7 cm. These are rhombus. Then again, you might decide to use.
Read the question again to confirm. You know, the question is supposed to be on the screen.
Okay, we have from the question, we have using ruler and a pair of compasses only.
Correct.
Construct and a pair of compasses only. Construct a rhombus PQRS of side 7 cm and angle PQR equals to 60 degrees. Now this is the first step. Now the next thing we're expected to do, for the A, this is the A part. For the B part now, we're expected to locate point X such that X lies on the locus of point equidistance from PQ and QR, and also
of course it will be available for downloading.
Equidistance
Joseph Emmanuel, no problem, but it's better you're active to ask your
from
questions.
Q and R. Then finally, we're expected to measure XR. We're expected to measure XR. Of course, now we're moving to
space. That's the only thing.
Yeah. Okay, so let's try and manage this page. Yeah.
Okay. Where did you keep the buttons? Look at it.
Okay. So yeah, we're going to manage this place in order to consult our locus. Remember, we expected to draw. And for the second pattern I'm talking about, applying intercept theory. Then here we have, if you construct, remember this is our PQ. Constructing 60 here. Of course, you know that from here we are going to construct another 60. We have to construct another 60, which will correspond to this. Then here is 7 cm. Here is 7 cm. This is R, PQ, R. And when you join it to this, when we join to this, we are going to have our X. So this is still 7 cm and 7 cm. So now for this question, we are expected to locate point X such that X lies on the locus of points equidistant from PQ and QR. Now this is our line PQ. Q. Once you are looking for a locus, you are expected to, if you are looking for locus of a point, of a line, you simply bisect. You are looking for the perpendicular bisector of that line. So since you are looking for the locus of this point, of this particular line, line PQ, we just take the perpendicular bisector of this. Taking the perpendicular bisector of this, remember, you ask yourself, where does this line start from? Of course, you know it starts from P. So from P now, you're going to put your pin here. Remember, you extend it in such a way that it's going to be more than half of the line here. That's more than half, more than 7. Half of 7, which is 3.5. It's going to be more than half. Then, holding your pin here, make an arc here up and you make it down. Remember, the main aim is whenever you are looking for locus, the perpendicular distance must be up and down. You don't just focus on one place. You make the arc up and you make it down. Using the same measurement, you put the pin here, which is the end point of that particular line. Remember, this line started from P and ends here.
This class is a revision class. Ask your questions there.
So
Stop
from here,
asking if it is real or not. We are teaching you mathematics. You learn. Do you understand? You say no to examination malpractice. Learn very well. You'll be very happy with yourself when you write your exams if you learn the procedures, okay?
so now at point Q now, you still make the same thing. You cut the arc, the previous arc here, then up and down. Remember, the point you are now targeting is these 2 points. Make sure that you draw a line that will run straight to this particular intersection and end here. So with your ruler, you draw a line. Now this is our locus 1, L1. This is the locus 1 we expected to construct. Then here, and at QR, this is our QR. We have to do the same thing here. Remember, perpendicular bisector of the line. Putting the pin here, make sure that extend the compass in such a way it will be more than 3.5 of this. You make an arc up, front and back. Then you still put it here. You complete to have a complete intersection. Then you join the 2 lines. Now this is our locus, this is our L2. Now at this point, remember, X lies on the locus of a point equidistant from PQ and QR, and also equidistant from P and Q. If you notice that now at this point now, this is where our X will be. This is where our X will be. Now when you measure from here to here, the same thing you have, that is what you're going to have from distance from R to X will give you the same thing with Q to X. Now we are expected to measure Rx. So placing your ruler here, or you can use your ruler, make a dotted line, then you measure Rx. Now when you measure this, if you have done this very well, you are expected to have something from the range 3.9 to 4.0 centimeter. So this is the range of what we are expecting. So if you have done this very well, you are expected to have something like this, 3.9 to 4.0 centimeter. I think that's all for construction. Then the next question we are going to see tomorrow is latitude and longitude, and we have to prepare for it. Remember, this is the most sweetest topic in mathematics so far, where you have to view the world the way it is. Then we are looking at the longitude question. We have an aeroplane. An aeroplane flies from town A An aeroplane flies from town A.
Please, for those online, you hit the like button and share. Remember, this is a revision class. It is no way connected to examination malpractice. If you listen exactly, carefully well, you will learn and come back here with testimony. Just learn the procedures, ask your questions. We are here to offer this service free for you. So what we're going to do is just hit the like button, share it, and subscribe if you have not subscribed. Remember, you're on with Majestic, Sir Majesty Easy World Science channel, of course. And we are here also to promote my brand new channel, Majestic Tutorials. You search for that channel. Here is Science Channel. In subsequent season, we'll be handling this live stream at the Majestic Tutorials. The aim is to take everything theoretical and everything about teachings to that Majestic Tutorial, and we'll handle every subject. Here, we'll focus on science, experiment, research, and projects, entertaining you with science. So please, endeavor, help me reach 1,000 subscribers. We are already 900 and something, but we need you to visit that channel, Majestic Tutorial, Majestic Tutorials. Visit it, subscribe there. Over there, we'll give you all the subjects, all the 9 subjects. It's going to be like an online school where all the subjects will be handled. Experts like this, like you're seeing, your man in mathematics will be there. So please, thank you for being alive. For those that have been following us, I really, really appreciate you guys. You guys are wonderful. Just bring in your questions and your your appreciations, if at all. I thank those that have appreciated this class. Remember, I'm here for you. Your academic success is the best. Don't give me fish. Teach me how to fish. We are teaching you how to catch a fish by yourself. Okay? So keep enjoying the revision class for your exams. Will you still enter?
We'll try to manage.
Your questions. Just give them guide on how to do it. I'm managing our space, but
Okay, we are ready to take R equals to 6,400 kilometer and pi, of course, to be 3.142. Now there's something I want you to
screenshot this question, screenshot it, because you will clean it and now solve subsequently. So you follow up by looking at the question as it's solving because of space. Next time we won't be suffering this at the Majestic Tutorials. Please bear with us.
No, remember, pi here is 3.142. Don't use 22/7. So you work with what you have tomorrow. Then here we have an aeroplane flies from town A. Now, just like we have in our coordinates in graph, remember in graph, we have, if you want to represent anything in the coordinate, telling us that this P 2x plane and 3y plane. So, which means that the first letter there is x and the second one is y. So when we are representing our coordinates in graph, we have x, y. Now, of course, in English, x comes before y. So that is the similar thing what we are going to have here. In latitude and longitude, lat 80 and log. Which one do you think that will come first? Of course, alphabetically, lat comes first before long. So this first one is telling us this is the latitude angle and this is the longitude angle. So here, we're going to draw. Remember, just like bearing and distance, just like your bearing and distance, the drawing matters a lot. any wrong drawing will definitely lead to wrong answer. So here we are going to draw carefully in order to see what we are going. An aeroplane flies from town A. This is the coordinates, the latitude of 60 degrees and 60 degrees north and 20 degrees north and 60 degrees east. So let me try and manage here. I'll still leave the question.
Yeah, screenshot it clean. Next time. Let's round up in 10 minutes time or so.
Now we're going to represent this information in a globe. The most important thing is, of course, you can draw a circle. Now, tomorrow, when you are drawing this tomorrow, make sure you are using your compass to draw the circle. Then you can just use a dotted line to identify your meridian. It will just give you a guide. Then you use this to represent your equator. So now remember this guy, this pilot flies from town A. Town A, we have 20 degree north and 60 degree east. So which is telling us, remember this is of course the up, this is our north and this is south. So which is mean the latitude lies after the equator. This is the equator, after the equator. So we are expecting the latitude somewhere here. So this is our 20 degree north. Remember, we are representing the horizontal line first. Just like in your graph, you always represent x. X is your horizontal, y is vertical. So we represent the horizontal first. So now this is 60 degree east. Now when you come to this meridian line, your right side is the east, while the left side is the west. So of course this is going this way. This point is our town A, where you have, and this longitude angle is 60 degree east. Then we have remember, traveling from town A to town B, and town B, this is the coordinates for town B, 20 degree north and 20 degree east. So you can see that this thing is still traveling in the same latitude with this, but in 20 degree east. Remember, this is 60, so 20 will come in between. Remember, now in calculating of this line is telling you that this is the zero mark. So of course you know that 60 degrees is bigger, much larger than 60, so it should be in the outer side, while the 20 degrees will be very close to our Greenwich meridian. So here we have this will give us, this is 20 degree east. So this is our town B. Now we have, continue from the question, we have if the journey takes 6 hours, calculate and correct to 3 significant figure the average speed of the aeroplane. So here we are looking for the average speed. We are looking for the average speed, and you can bear me witness that the average speed is equals to distance over time, where we have our time is already 6 hours. So yes, let's calculate our distance here. Now this guy traveled from town A in the same latitude from town A to town B, changing longitude. Remember, he's traveling in the small circle. This is a latitude, traveling along a latitude, which is a small circle, by the way. And if you are traveling along the latitude, is a larger circle, you have a larger circle here.
Longitude now.
And longitude, you have a larger angle here. So here, when you compare this thing, you notice that this is smaller when it comes to this. So this is a small circle. So traveling along this small circle, changing longitude. Remember, you can see when you notice, look at this, you notice an arc. Still remember the formula for finding the length of an arc, which is what we use when we are looking for distance, using theta over 360 times 2 pi r. Now, where this theta, this particular guy is the distance. Remember, this is the longitude. He traveled from this longitude to the other guy, B. Now, he changed the longitude. So, this theta now is the change in longitude. Remember, the longitude, they are at the same plane, which is the east direction. Then we subtract. Change in longitude now. Change in longitude, we're going to have 60 degree minus 20 degree, which will give us 40 degree. Then we'll have 40 here. Remember, our r here, which is the small r, is equals to r cos the big R cos alpha. Now, this cos now is the angle of the latitude. Remember, this guy, the pilot is moving in 20 degree latitude. So this is the angle of the latitude, which is 20 degrees. Therefore, our small r is equals to, big R already is 6,400 cos 20 degree. So we now replace this here. We have that.
Was the big R given?
Yes. Yes. The big R was given. Remember, they say you should take big R to be 6,400 kilometers, while we are taking pi as 3.142. So here we have the distance now will now give us theta. Our theta is 40 over 360 times 2 times 3.142 times our R now is this. We have 6,400 cos 20 degrees. Now, no need to waste time. You can easily simplify this using your calculator. We have our 40 times 2 times 3.142 times 6,400 cos 20. Now, the whole of it, we divide it by 360. So here we're going to have the distance here. We have 4199.131. So this is our distance D. Then remember, what we are looking for is the average speed. So the average speed here, our average speed will now give us, we have 4199.131, all divided by our time is 6. Then average speed will now give us this will now give us, we have 699.86. Now remember, we have to live in 3 significant figures. Don't always be in a rush to leave your answer. Obey the instruction. We're expected to leave it in 3 significant figures. And this is our first significant number. We have 1, 2, 3. So we're expected to end here. Remember, when you look at this guy, he's up to 5 and above. So he's a titled man. You call it 1 and add it to 9. So when you add to 9, if you add 1 to this guy, you're going to have 10 here. You write 0. Taking 1 to this, you still have 10, 0. Then this will make this guy 7. Then in 3 significant figures, our average speed will give us 700 kilometers per hour. Now we still have other questions there. Okay, because of time, we'll be entertaining questions.
I think you are done with
Yes.
because of time. Okay. Thank you, viewers. Thank you for watching. I think my guy is doing justice to the mathematics, of course, and then it's math. So your job is you can go back and rewatch if all these things you are not getting it clear. So we are here to give you guide. These classes will come more frequent and more subsequent, real life classes where you can join us. But we are planning not to make it here on this channel. We have a new channel I created, Majestic Tutorial, where we'll now handle everything Majestic Tutorials. It's going to be an online school. Whether you have money to go to school, you don't have time to go to school, we'll be live streaming, but we need your help. Go to that channel and subscribe. Help us to get 1,000 followers. Then we will teach you all you need, of course, at that particular channel. Okay? So at the Majestic Tutorial, that's what we are planning to give you the best. Then here we are also giving you the best. There is already many scientific videos we'll be handling, of course, scientific experiments, entertaining scientific experiments, your research, your project. That is what this channel is meant for. You can go through this channel to enjoy yourself, satisfy yourself with science. Science can give you wow. You know that feeling of wow. I cannot mention them. We have not less than 300 entertaining scientific videos and research videos here at Her Majesty's World. But we are taking you now to the Majestic Tutorials where you will handle, that is where we'll handle you on all the subjects. It's no longer going to be science. Every field, English will be there, mathematics will be there, physics will be there. Of course, I'll be there with chemistry and biology to help you where every field of life will be there. So help me grow this, my brand new channel, Majestic Tutorial. You can look down, you can look for the description box of this video or the comment section to see the link to that channel if you cannot find it. It's new channel. You might not see it when you search it. Now, for those asking if these are real questions, no, these are questions that are meant to prepare you. So your job is to learn very, very well. In our subsequent seasons, we'll prepare you ahead. We'll have a series of live free classes, about 30 classes before you write your exam. We just started this new idea. So please say no to examination malpractice. Rather, we don't give you fish. We teach you how to catch your own fish, how to do the fishing by yourself. Okay? So for those that are scouting for the real answers, I'm sorry you are in the wrong channel. We're here to teach you. So thank you for watching and remain majestic, of course. Bye for now.